5-year-old girl Summer Wells. Plus, there's a possible new lead that could explain what happened to the little girl. Tonight, we have exclusive Sky 5 video from the search site, and News Channel 5's Nick Barris tells us a shift in strategy now focuses on the possibility of foul play.
Like that time I went riding my dirt bike with a friend back in Ben Hill Road. We both took off and we drove way back up in there past the last house. And you can go way up on the shoulder of that mountain and actually cross over. And, you know, we run into Fred up there, and he didn't want us on that property and this and that, but it wasn't his property. And we've had run-ins with him, plus all the other incidences. It's almost like up here, like people have the attitude that if you move in this area, you own land, but you don't really own land. You don't control it. It's like they control. It's like they think that they run things.
Every situation, this guy's getting ready to start fighting us over like an idiot and lose. So it's like, oh, thanks for letting me know what time it was actually in there, by the way. I told him that. I hope that's okay. Because Dawn and Candace there, all attention to detail, have no idea what goes around and what happens around them at all, apparently. But I do, and it was like, he's like, thanks for telling me when that actually happened. I told them, I hope that's okay. I was like, whatever, dude. I don't care. But I posted about the red truck the same day on my Facebook.
What's your name, bud?
Chris.
McDonough?
Yep.
I thought that was your voice. I'm pretty good with voices.
Well, there you go. So, what do you think would have happened?
What do you mean? What do you think would have happened?
Yeah,
That's
well,
one of the, that's kind of one of them what if questions, Chris.
No, I respect that. But there's a lot of what if here, don't you agree?
Oh yeah. If ifs and buts was candies and nuts, we'd all have a Merry Christmas, wouldn't we?
That's right. We can all wait for Santa Claus at the right time.
Oh yeah.
But
Chicken shit. You know, the thing is, you showed fear already. You showed fear already. And I can smell it. I watched it. I watched you think about having a set of balls for about 10 seconds, and then your fear take over.
I think you mentioned a little bit ago, I was listening, that the folks up on the holler there up on the hill, they know. What do you mean by that?
I mean, in my opinion, out of all the years that people have lived down there, they have never been a child went missing. So to me, in places like that, growing up there my whole life, they have always been a code. You take care of your elders, you take care of the kids. You respect both.
Codes. Heart with courage. Strength instead of cowardice. Violence only when necessary. Maybe they should have left me the stories of their directives to others far in the past. Because even you, copycat sunflower, don't seem to understand or know your own history, theirs, codes, clueless, doing things all wrong. Maybe did already. Games of who, why. You're gonna have to do better than that. I can't tell you from one joke. I really can't. Can't tell you apart from one joke around here to the next. And because of your chicken shit, I'm gonna hazard to bet you're a full-on fucking joke either way. You reek of fear, but speak of elders. Well, strange. So I guess when or if you decide not to show any fear, you let me know. Too much fear in the erasing. And you could not do that. With more detail that I can take seriously, you let me know. Friendship, hanging out, and not really. Like it was
okay, maybe not a friendship, but when you're okay, so maybe like a bit of an emotional connection, because that's somebody that was there to take pictures of your scars and your
taking it too far too.
It's a little personal now.
Neighborhood type of necessity neighbors, not an emotional or a friend. It wasn't like I didn't like her and I didn't like Dawn, and you should see all the thousands of messages between Andy and I. I'm like, God, I wish it just like. And the thing was, when they were selling that property over, I was like, oh my God, gotta find a way to get that and tear the house down. Like, oh my God, you know, like the disdain there was real, but you still have to put up with people on a neighbor basis like this. And it just beats creek.
Have, you know, gotten a little bit more, you've gotten to see like the mask fall off more and more and more and more. So you're probably
just today I met her, she was a con, she was a drug user, she's not my type of people. And to project what or how we behave or interact with our neighbors based on how you or somebody else would, that's not something you could do, because I promised you that there's never one messaging me in the background to Andy or any of my other friends being like, oh, poor, like Candace. It's more of, God, I hate these people the entire time we were there. I don't know how much more DCS and CPS could have been over there. And they always leave.
What are they doing over there? So you're telling me CPS was over there all the time and they did nothing? I have a problem with that.
I cannot tell you how many messages I have from Candace over the years about DCS is coming, here's a new case, here's a new case, here's a new case, here's a new case, here's a new case. It was constant. And it didn't matter what the hell was reported or what she claimed to have been reported. Nothing was ever done. And then we know, living that close to somebody, that if you ever call in, you better make sure there's proof. Otherwise, you got to live near that. You know, and it pissed off. And that's a whole new hell in its own right. And it could absolutely cause things like people really disappearing in holes in the middle of the night. And I mean that. So, you better make sure you got proof when you call. Most of the calls put in a CPS and DCS for Candace and them were by her friends like Allie, things like that. Others she pissed off down the creek, or Dawn did.
She made a mention that Andy pulled up, right?
I don't know what time Andy tell you I wasn't there.
So you weren't there when Andy pulled up?
No.
I seen him later.
You said you guys saw him later on. Because she says,
Donnie did. I didn't.
She says on Ziggy's live last night, and we covered it today, that he pulled up and talked to you or one of the neighbors right after you would come down the hill. Really? What I'm interested in knowing is that, Jody said that he pulled up. And I need to know for my own sake, like, what was his behavior like when he pulled up? Because she already said that he pulled up and talked to her. He said he pulled up and talked to her. And I'm assuming that he meant you. Because she was only talking about you the whole time. She hadn't referred to any other hers except for you. So, I'm trying to ascertain what was his behavior like when he pulled up. It seems to be something that
when I seen Andy and the cops were up here on the property, and he come up here and he said that he was looking over as well, but that was like 8 or 9 o'clock that evening. So I don't know from before then where he was.
Exactly. But see, here's where the lie came in. He told me that he went over to Jody Sue's house, the neighbor's house is what he's telling me. He said there was a man there laughing and talking about his wife. He said that they had just got back from court, and he was going to put his wife in a nut house, threatening her, putting her in a nut house and everything. And she believed him, and she believed that he could do all these things to her, so she let him have everything and give him a divorce. And he was laughing about it. Donald acted like he kind of admired this guy for his dirtiness and what he done. But then I'm like, wow, and then he started feeling sorry, like he feels sorry for this wife and everything. And that was a dirty thing to do. Once he seen, I wasn't going to be happy about it. And, anybody for something like that at all. And then later I find out that, and I asked him at the time, I said, do you know this man? And he's like, no, but I think he might have did something to my daughter. And I'm like, what?
But that's like any other good abusive monster, fucking sociopathic piece of shit. But this court in this line didn't buy his crap, especially after watching his behavior in court. Probably being able to watch him in lives where I didn't find it funny. He was wearing my clothing. They can see him for what he is, and yeah, others didn't want to. So when you got family calling and you got family riding boats to your family where people die, shit, I don't know, right?
She really did not like the Wells, and we know this from her own receipts of bitching about Don and Candace living there and stepping on her toes, and she didn't want them there. In fact, she texted Andy Bernard the day after Summer was reported missing, saying, good, I hope this makes them leave now.